It's the TikTok sale at Room to Room Furniture. This is your last day. The more you snooze, the more you lose. Wake up. It's the TikTok sale at Room to Room Furniture.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Well, welcome to Mississippi Live Weather at 10 and happy Halloween. I appreciate all of y'all tuning in, especially on y'all's Friday night, but Halloween night as well. I know everyone has busy plans, so let's just jump right into it, into this action-packed forecast we got coming up. But your Game of the Week highlights are coming up. Meteorologist Gabe Maynor has worked very hard to get those highlights, and I think he also found a way to keep wearing shorts and beat the cold, and you'll see what I mean in just a few minutes. But also, we have a lazy start to November coming up, and that's just because I love overcast, cloudy days. That is what is in store for us tomorrow. Those are always lazy days to me, so you're going to have those gray, cloudy, overcast skies, and even the chance of some isolated showers and rain chances as well. So a great start to November, at least in my opinion. But if you're looking for more sunny skies, we're going to have a dry work week coming up. Just kind of got to get through the weekend, or at least Saturday and front half of Sunday, before we can really enjoy those dry conditions. But let's take a look at the first 12 first. We're starting off with temperatures around 44 degrees at 11 o'clock. So I know meteorologist Gabe Maynor, hopefully not in those shorts, but he found a way to beat the cold. I'm telling you, he beat the odds. But 44 degrees by 11 o'clock, cooling on off towards the low 40s by 5. And once we get into those lunchtime hours and definitely afternoon, evening hours, those rain chances are going to start kind of popping up and affecting us here in North Mississippi. But our meteorologist Gabe Maynor still out in the field, ready to give us those highlights.
Yeah, Caleb, I'm joined with some friends tonight here in Eupora from our Mississippi Live Weather Game of the Week. Guys, I have to ask you, how did tonight go?
It was good.
Okay, you might have heard a lot of responses, but yeah, they are Eupora fans, and that's kind of key to our highlights moving forward. You know, was the senior night fun at least?
Yes.
Oh, good. And Halloween, of course. Did you guys dress up as anything?
I was a unicorn.
Unicorn. Oh, my word, that's kind of fun. What, did you guys dress up as anything?
I mean, I was a football player.
You were a football player? That's a good choice on a Friday night. Couldn't wear costumes. Well, guys, that is unfortunate, but Halloween is not over just yet. Thank you, guys. And, of course, keep throwing that football. Producing Eupora's future, of course. Okay, Caleb was talking about me emitting steam. And that's exactly the truth, because we've been playing football since about 9-10. And when that happens, you know, I sweat because it is emitting that energy, even if it's cold or not. So the shorts, we're still looking solid, Caleb. Not exactly a cold forecast for me, but I've been out here running around. So if you're not doing that, then it will be a cold forecast. But tonight on the field, it was heating up for one team. And let's take a look at what that team was. Senior night in Eupora as the class of 2026 takes the field for the very last time. East Webster Wolverines in town trying to spoil the seniors' big day. You can see them running out right there, hyped for the game. But Eupora, of course, they are ready for that challenge coming out of the tunnel, just as hype, matching that energy. First drive, Wolverine ball. Senior quarterback Cooper Stidham takes a snap, tosses a wide receiver screen to Dagan Crowley, who gets to the sideline for a 20-yard gain. First down, East Webster. LaKendrick Potts hyping him up right there, number 11. Next play, handoff to R.T. Moye, who takes it to the left. Well, right here, give it 1 second. He takes the snap and, of course, gives it to Moye, who goes all the way to the left side of your screen right there. Finds the gap, bursts up the sideline all the way down to the 8-yard line. Red zone alert. Who else but Potts letting us know first down. Next 3 plays would go empty, and on 4th down, Wolverines using some trickery. Stidham takes the snap right here and hands it to Moye, the running back, the senior, trying to get a big night. He pitches it to Potts, who would be swallowed up by that dominant Eagles defense. Can't spell Potts without stop, and that's exactly what the Eagles got right there. Huge red zone stop, and these fans know it for Eupora. Eagles ball, 4th down, they punt, and that ball, once it is punted, would roll deep into Wolverine territory. Honestly, a booming punt right here, about 50 yards on the punt, but Moye would finally corral it there on the outside, and that man is shot out of a cannon. Tight ropes the sideline past every single defender, and that man is gone. 65-yard house call for East Webster. Huge response after they got held last drive, saying, "Don't worry, offense, I got you." Unfortunately, Laundry on the field would bring that play back due to a block in the back, so offense back on the field. Cross, Avent, and shotgun, takes a snap, finds Potts on a deep end route. He fights through the defense for another first down. Of course, Potts, he's going to celebrate for that first down. Next play right here, Avent still behind snap, takes the snap, play action, runs left, and wide open is Dakari Coffee for the check down. He start moving right. Nope. I'm going left. Untouched for the 40-yard score. Flex on them, young man, right there in the end zone. Too strong, too fast, just like Coffee, giving that burst to the offense. Wolverines strike first, 6-0, still in the first quarter. Let that confetti fly, ladies and gentlemen, in the stands. Eupora definitely needs a response right here. They turn to QB Peyton Perkins. He'd fake that handoff, step back, and heave a moonball, flying 50 yards, and Caden Gary, the senior, somehow comes down with it. That ball touched the stratosphere. It was so high. Big time response for the Eagles. Senior night finally having something to cheer for in Eupora. But they got to get in the end zone. 4th and goal. Eupora quarterback Perkins takes the snap for a draw up the middle, and he is stopped. Big play amounts to nothing for the Eagles. Eupora coach, knowing that his team needs to stop, calling the play, and animated, might I say, on the sideline, he dials up a masterpiece. East Webster's Cooper Stidham takes the snap, looks deep, and he heaves it, but to the wrong team. That's right to the Eagles. Gary, senior, having a big night for his senior night for the Eagles. Eupora dealing with all the ups and downs they can handle this emotional night. Eagles needing a score. Perkins would take the snap, throw the screen to Cornathan, or he would work it to the sideline, but it is not enough for that first down, brought up just short. 4th down and 5 for Eupora. Hey, they're opting to go for it. It's senior night. We do big things on senior night. Perkins keeps the ball and powers up the middle for a 6-yard gain. First down, Eagles. They keep marching. Eagles, of course, flying high on this drive, but the offense would stall out. 4th down, play action right here as Peyton Perkins steps back to pass, throws back corner of the end zone, and it would come up incomplete. Unfortunately, the response would not be there. Eupora band beating their drums just like East Webster's beating this Eagles offense. Shout out Kermit right there. East Webster looking to add to that lead. They'd hand it to LaKendrick Potts on the jet sweep. He goes out to the right, tiptoes that sideline, finally being brought down just after a first down for the Eagles. You know Potts is going to talk that smack. Cheerleaders keeping this electric crowd in the game. Wolverines, of course, they keep marching. They'd go to their senior running back right here, RT Moye, who goes up the gut of the defense and powers through a couple of defenders for another first down. Senior just showing out tonight. Eupora, of course, calling a timeout, trying to dial up a stop, but nothing is stopping this offense. Sophomore QB Avent takes the snap, sprints right, finds Dagan Crowley on an out route, out of bounds to keep this drive going. Eupora's Jarrell Miles giving him some late love right there. Hey, rivalry game, that's what brings it out. 8 seconds left in the first half. Wolverines need to score right now. Avent in shotgun, takes the snap, looks to give a quick out to Potts right here on the out route. Potts would pitch it out to Moye, but it would be behind him. Eagles defense picks up the fumble. Big stop for Eupora right there. A good way to end the half. Second half, East Webster looking to build that lead. Cross Avent, takes a snap, looks right, throws a deep spiral to Crowley, who gets those puppies inbounds. First down, Wolverines. Confetti's already popping for that play. Avent would give them even more to cheer about. He completes pass down the right side to Coffee. He gets away from the tackle, jukes the defender, and dives into the end zone. Wolverines get their second score of the night, and Coffee gets his second of the night. Padding that lead and caging that Eagles defense. Whole team hyped. The sophomore taking over Eupora's senior night. 12-0 East Webster with 5:24. The first 2-point conversion. Avent throws it to the back of the end zone, but his receiver was not on the same page. Incomplete pass. East Webster in full control of this one. Eagles would be grounded. Now, the Eagles would unfortunately be stopped on senior night, coming up just short. I believe the score was around 26. That's what it was. 26. No, sorry. 34-0. Oh, my word. I got it backwards. But no, it was 26-0. I apologize. So many numbers running through my head before we were writing these highlights. So unfortunately, the Eagles would come up short. They finish 0-4 in division play. And as for the Wolverines, they are 4-0 in the division, and they are heading into the playoffs with a 9-game win streak. Big time. Whenever we're talking about a team heading into the playoffs, you want that momentum, and they have everything, including that momentum, including a powerful offense, powerful defense, nothing stopping these Wolverines. As we take one last look at tonight in Eupora, it was a fantastic night from our Mississippi Live Weather Game of the Week. Folks still out here throwing the ball and just enjoying these last few moments on Eupora's field. But a big thank you to Eupora, the Eagles, being so welcoming to Matt and I for our Live Weather Game of the Week. And a big shout out to you guys for allowing us to come out here and participating in those votes. This is the final night of the regular season for some teams, but we do have more games happening next week, and we'll have a look at that coming up on Mississippi Live Weather next week. But Caleb, before we get into any of that, we have our band of the week, we have our cheer of the week, and we have cold temperatures overnight. This team showing exactly that, and I assure you, I'm cooling off drastically as we head into those overnight hours, so this team not going to last forever. Enjoying it while it's here, though. But Caleb, back to the studio. Just a big thank you to Eupora once again. And as for our Mississippi Live Weather and the whole team, I'm meteorologist Gabe Maynor, live at our Mississippi Live Weather Game of the Week in Eupora.
Well, there you have it. There was your highlights from your Mississippi game of the week, and Gabe beat the odds. He somehow always finds a way to keep those shorts or short sleeves on. I got to give it to him. But taking a look at Mississippi Live weather radar, you can see those clear conditions, beautiful, cool conditions he's been talking about across our radar. Not much to talk about here, and that is a good thing, especially because it's still Halloween. It's still trick-or-treating hours. It is a beautiful night all across North Mississippi here. But let's take a look at kind of what's going on. That high pressure system, that's responsible for these calm, clear, cool conditions as we continue into the evening. But you're going to notice that high pressure system not really going to stick around for long, and that's why we start seeing that cloud cover start to build in. So let's track that out here on Futurecast. This is at 10:30, so within the next few minutes, that high pressure system still over us, kind of allowing this calm weather. But it is also kind of cycling in some moisture in that cloud cover, starting to push in as soon as that high pressure starts to leave. And what you're going to notice is that little tiny kind of green splotches showing some sprinkles, some light showers trying to affect us in the morning hours, building in just a little bit, especially by 2 o'clock, seeing kind of a band just kind of shoot across the southern portion of North Mississippi. Nothing is severe here. This is just a lazy, potentially rainy day for some. A beautiful way to start November, in my opinion. Now, if you're looking for a sunny, beautiful day outside, Saturday may not be your day, but it's coming. I can promise you that. But next 24, we're starting off temperatures around 41 degrees by 6 o'clock. We're going to start warming up very slowly as we continue into the day, pretty much low 60s, maybe some mid 60s for a few of us. But those rain chances also trying to increase as well, kind of topping out at around 30%. Not really going to see a huge line move across and affect all of us at the same time. It's going to be very spotty in nature, very isolated, but most of us could see some of these sporadic rain chances and sprinkles as we continue into the evening, especially by 9 o'clock, still affecting us into the evening hours and eventually these Sunday morning hours. But I'm going to continue tracking all of that here with y'all as we wrap up the 10 o'clock broadcast. So make sure don't go anywhere. We're going to cover those rain chances and also give you the cheer squad of the week, band squad of the week, all of that coming up within the next minute.
When you've been injured, don't settle for a lawyer who doesn't even know where you live. Call Langston and Lott. Local lawyers, personal service, real results.
At Bulldog Burger, we take the burger game to the next level, like the Freshman 15, stacked with panko fried mozzarella. Unleash your appetite.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. You know, we knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Laupon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Laupon has proven himself trustworthy.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, there you have it. Eupora was your cheer squad of the week, but stick around. We also got to show you the band squad of the week. But first, I think I got to show y'all the cutest costume I've seen all night. This is Mateo out in Amory. He went out trick-or-treating tonight. He dressed up as a tornado. So that is a beautiful, amazing costume. I loved it. Gabe sent in this picture. So that's just spot on. I think that is a great costume. So I'd love for y'all to continue sending in some pictures, show what y'all did for y'all's Halloween night, show off y'all's costumes, any trick-or-treating outfits that y'all have done. I know it was a great time here across North Mississippi, so we appreciate Mateo showing off that tornado as you went out trick-or-treating tonight. But let's take a look right now. Pretty much 47 degrees just outside of Tupelo, feeling calm with not much wind, and that's a good thing because now we're almost in November, so we're going to start talking about wind chill soon. Definitely don't want some high winds, especially with these cooler temperatures. Feels like 47 as well, so definitely cool outside, but still beautiful But taking a look at Futurecast, we can still see these calm, clear conditions, and we want to enjoy them while they last because that cloud cover going to continue building on into North Mississippi. You can see that high pressure system below me. That's what's kind of pushing on out of the area, that cloud cover kind of filling in for it as we continue into the overnight hours, especially by 5, 6 o'clock. You can kind of start seeing those light gray. I mean, that just shows you how much of a sprinkle it's going to be. Nothing intense, not really any heavy downpours, but trying to make their way into North Mississippi in the early morning hours. And here we go with those low temperatures. I mean, I love seeing the color blue when we talk about temperature, especially here in Mississippi, especially after we've gone through the summer months, the early fall months. We are finally starting to feel these seasonal temperatures here in North Mississippi. Pretty much low 40s across most of North Mississippi. You can see some upper 30s, 39 in Vernon, 38 Hamilton, back to 39 in Red Bay. So definitely a cool night across North Mississippi. That trend is going to continue into the week ahead. But coming back to Futurecast, we can see that blanket of cloud cover all across North Mississippi and still these streaks of green kind of still pushing on into North Mississippi, providing us with some isolated chances of rainfall. Once we get into the lunchtime hours, still seeing those mostly dry conditions, not expecting a lot of rain up front for your Saturday. It's more in the late afternoon, evening hours. You can see right here, kind of just two bands almost in the southern portion and northern portion. Middle, not really getting many. You can still see some of these isolated bubbles trying to pop up, but most of the heavy rainfall is going to be affecting those along the Mississippi-Tennessee state line. Still, nothing intense, just some much-needed rainfall here in North Mississippi. Highs are going to be in the mid to low 60s, so going to feel amazing outdoors as long as you're fine with maybe a few raindrops throughout the day. Those heat and seas keeping you right there with those actual temperatures, so you are feeling just as nice as what those temperatures are reading outdoors. And of course, we got some college football to talk about. We have the Rebels facing South Carolina, the Gamecocks in Oxford. Might be a soggy forecast still. 20% by the first play with temperatures around 58 degrees, but 6 o'clock game. So you're going to continue cooling off as you proceed further and further into the game, seeing temperatures around 50 by halftime. Rain chances spiking up just a little bit, around 30%, sticking around 30% by the final snap, but seeing temperatures in the upper 40s as well. Kind of a bad combo, rain, cold temperatures, but I know y'all are looking for a win and y'all want that win by any means necessary. That rain ain't going to stop y'all. But Mississippi State football going towards Arkansas, facing the Hogs. I need my Bulldogs to get a win. I think this could be our week. I think we snap the SEC losing streak. It's going to be a good game, hopefully. But first play, 55 degrees, and we're going to continue cooling off as well, seeing low 50s by halftime, and then eventually mid-40s by the final snap. Should be a good game out there in Arkansas as well. But coming back to Futurecast, this is our strike model, kind of picking up on some more rainfall in the evening hours. This is at 6 o'clock, so might have some rain to talk about during the 6 o'clock broadcast tomorrow. It's going to continue trying to push on into North Mississippi. Still, maybe some heavier downpours, especially just around Holly Springs and into Benton County. But this is around midnight at 12:30, still kind of pushing on through North Mississippi. And notice it's kind of moving in that northeastern direction. That's kind of important because we're kind of going to see wraparound moisture once we get into the early morning hours for your Sunday and then later on in the day, of course, as well. But the band kind of pushing on out, seeing drier conditions by the time we wake up, but still seeing that cloud cover as well. So not really going to be the most sunny weekend here in North Mississippi. But there we go. There's that wraparound moisture. It's started kind of moving on out of here. And it's just wrapping around, coming back into North Mississippi. Some of those just isolated pop-up bubbles, if you will, of those light green showers affecting us here in North Mississippi. That's kind of in your afternoon hours, but once you make it into the evening, we are seeing dry, but also clear conditions return. We're finally going to get those sunny skies into your Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Not really going to see it this weekend, but this is at midnight by Monday, so seeing those dry and clear conditions return. But high temperatures for your Sunday. Definitely lower than what they were for your Saturday. Pretty much upper 50s across most of North Mississippi. You can see 54 in Red Bay and Boonville, so mid 50s as well. But also, of course, 61 in Kosciuszko, kind of all across the board, but still feeling amazing outdoors. And that is still because those heat and seas still putting in the work. 51 out there in Red Bay, almost feeling like you're in the upper 40s. So going to be a little chilly, definitely feeling above average as we wrap up our weekend here in North Mississippi. But taking a look at the 7-day forecast, we can kind of see those cloudy and rainy conditions Saturday, transitioning into mostly clear conditions by the end of Sunday, but also dry, beautiful conditions Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Before those rain changes really try to come back, and we see our next chance of meaningful rainfall next Friday around 30%, but we're going to continue tracking that out here all weekend and all week long. But as promised, also got to give you your band spot of the week. Love this video. Check it out. Well, there you have it. There was your band squad of the week. And I don't know if this is just a Halloween thing, but I love having a cadence at the end of all our band of the week videos. So maybe we can get a petition to get that going on from the next few weeks, because I just love percussion. So, but anyway, here are the QR codes for both iOS and Android. We appreciate all the support you have given us, and we appreciate y'all tuning into these broadcasts, and especially late at night, and especially on your Halloween night as well. But I'm gonna let y'all go. Already 10:22, almost 10:30. We appreciate all the support you've given us. We're of course gonna go to our weekend schedule around 6 and 10 for your broadcast tomorrow. So that'll be Saturday and Sunday. We'll be live at 6 and 10, covering the latest on those rain chances, maybe even talking about a few showers affecting us during the 6 o'clock broadcast. So maybe something to look at on the radar, but thankfully nothing intense, just to help us out with our plants and crops, keep us indoors, and enjoy the weekend ahead. So y'all go out, enjoy the rest of y'all's Halloween. I look forward to seeing all of y'all tomorrow in November, and I'll see y'all then.
You need some help?
Your tow chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.